from Las Vegas. Sorry. Okay,
Let's get
so
it.
guys, the first part of the show, I just wanted to talk collecting once again. So I would love for you guys to come up here and we can talk about what you're collecting or what you're not collecting and kind of what we're expecting to see at Comic Con. I know we've already had a little bit of a taste of what could come with that Marvel drop that you know, some say it was a mistake. Some say it was a gift out there. Some say even that that's one of the days that Foster was going through it on the timeline. So, conspiracy theorists like Alex Jones said Foster pushed a button, made a call, and a Marvel drop happened, and maybe that's why people quickly forgot about what was going on.
It was a coincidence. It was a coincidence. But a
Emoji, I
good
can't
one.
really hear you now.
You can't hear me anymore?
Now I can. For a
Oh,
second, I couldn't.
okay. All right.
But yeah, so I don't know if that's real or not, but that is just what's out there in the ether. That drop did completely change the sentiment, at least in spaces. I don't know about the world, but it was very fun when that happened. So, does Foster have that much power? I
I think
really
I
don't
think
know.
so. I think so. I'm gonna go with
I
yes.
really don't know. I can't say for sure.
Yes, yes.
Now, really, what I wanted to do is on a special day, I would like to. I don't know if she's here. Okay, luckily not. I would like to take a moment and remember one of our favorite people, one of our pillars of the community, um, one of the greatest human beings. I think anybody who got to talk to him would say he truly was our guy. Silicon. It is actually his birthday today. We miss him dearly. We love him still. So I wanted to start with a moment of silence, but I really want you guys to do me a favor. I'm going to record my screen. I would love for you guys to change the heart. You know that heart you can send on the space. Change that to green because that was my guy's favorite color. MC1 already is doing it right. Change that to green like you see on my page here. And to change it, you just need to click on it and hold down, and then it'll give you options. If you could do that, it'd be really cool. And we could just have a little something here for our guy. Oh, I'm seeing the green hearts. Thank you, guys. Um, let's have a quick moment of silence for my guy, our guy, Silicon Secure. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, emoji.
Yes, yes.
Can you tell me what we're doing today and why there is a live pinned up to the top?
So, what we are doing today actually it's a surprise for you too, bro.
Oh,
So I was from what we talked about, right? And as
hmm
far as the whole walkthrough with getting the Omi, like getting Omi and stuff like that, I can do that. I think I
I didn't.
think I think we may be able to run through the whole thing today.
Oh
As far
wow!
as the
Now, did you
tutorial,
know this and you just want to surprise me, or
I definitely found
you
this
figured
out
it out
about like
after?
5 minutes ago from right
Okay,
now when I was rocking out in Gex space. But yes, I can do that and still keep level of anonymity. So yeah, we can walk through. We can make it a walkthrough.
okay, perfect. Now, do you mind doing that right now? What we're gonna do, guys, is just And once again, most of us know what we're doing, but I spend a lot of time on X. I spend a lot of time on Spaces, so I want to tell the team, Foster Pudding Cheeks, and you guys feel free to come up whenever. A lot of the comments you see from a lot of accounts who aren't always here, they don't understand even the basics of signing into a Stackr. Just knowing, hey, how do I even connect my VV account? Now I know if I believe there's already tutorials, right? But I think it still doesn't reach everyone. I'm not sure why. That's why I like covering it on all angles, like on all social medias, because and we know when the bull run comes, there'll be a lot of games being played by bad actors. So I just want to do a quick space, kind of go over how easy it is to kind of sign up, sign in to Stackr, look around. Emoji is my guy for this, and I'm glad he can stream it. So that's kind of what we're here to do. So if you don't mind, please click that link at the top and follow along. We'll do a bit of that, and hopefully we'll get Foster and Pudding Cheeks to talk to us a bit about what's going on the Omi to NFT front. And maybe we'll get a little bit of alpha. I'm not sure. What do you think, Emoji?
Let's hope. Let's. I mean, I'm always down for alpha. So any type of details, we would greatly appreciate. Oh, who's that coming up? Hold on.
That is
Friend
Foster.
request. That is Foster. Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Should I accept it?
I already did. You're
Oh,
slow.
okay.
Yeah. Actually, let's say what's up first to Foster. Foster, how you doing, bro?
Did you guys just have a debate about whether you were going to bring me up after inviting me to come up?
No,
That's cold.
Emoji's
That's
I mean,
available.
cold,
yo, I
man.
have to run
Emoji,
everything.
what's
I have to run.
good?
What's good, bro? How's it going?
What's good?
I gotta consult
What?
everything first. I gotta consult. You know how it
Oh
is,
my
man.
god. This man's giving up the co-host to everyone,
Yeah.
anyone
Wait,
that asks, and now
Gregory's
he's
special. Gregory's
He's
special.
literally a bot, Foster, and I have to act like it's a person. It's very
oh
annoying,
my
but
god. Well, shout out to Gregory, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
shout out.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Shout out.
He
Yeah, you
appreciates
know
that.
what? I This is really cool. I didn't even realize this was technology that you could do on Twitter. So I'm
Oh
gonna be checking
wow.
out this. I'm gonna be checking out this broadcast with you guys, and it's gonna get my gears turning here about some things I can maybe do on my end too. So yeah, do this
Oh,
walkthrough,
that's perfect.
and show the fam how to sign up for the Stacker Marketplace, and then are you gonna emoji? Are you gonna pull up the Medium article as well, or are you worried about going through links and all that kind of
Um,
stuff?
the media. So here's what I was planning on doing, and it's good that you're here right now too, because any type of things that you would like me to go into, just let me know. My only concern is I still kind of want to keep a level of privacy with my own stuff.
I
So
feel you.
what I'm going to be showing are things that don't necessarily identify, my VV account, but I
Absolutely.
want to show as much as I can as far as what you can do while not even signing in, the analytics that you can, see, and also I want to do a little walkthrough tutorial of how easy it is to get Omi.
Nice.
So I'll do actually a live purchase of Omi here and buy a
Ooh.
collectible
Okay. Well,
off of
just a
Stackr.
heads up.
Hmm.
Like, if you do a live purchase and people track your wallet address, they may figure out who you are. So
Well, it's
I'm just putting that out there, right? Like, you want to, I respect it. So
hmm
I'm putting it out there into the metaverse there, and it's going to be received how it's received. But just I'm just that's the reason I recommended pulling up the Medium article from Stacker, because
hmm
they have infographics on some of that stuff where you don't have to use your email to log into Stacker,
Oh no
as an
no no!
example, right?
I'm
Stuff like
not
that. So,
I'm not logging in. I'm already
okay,
logged
cool.
in, and then as far as with the wallet address, it doesn't show the whole wallet address. It shows like the last couple digits.
Correct. Like the last
So
five digits. Yeah,
yeah yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah. Okay,
think
cool.
I'm comfortable enough with that. And it doesn't show my username as long as I don't click to certain screens. So
True. True. True.
so
True.
yeah, so we should be good with that. But yeah, I wanted to kind of like show people how easy it is, but also going into as far as the level of security. First thing is first. Everyone needs to be aware that, and Millie, you brought it up, especially as things start to heat up, and there's more interest and more eyes. That also comes with more people trying to take advantage. So stay safe. One of the biggest things with Stacker that I will say ahead of time is your email is the key. So make sure that whatever email that you use on signing into Stacker, first off, it doesn't have to be your VV email. Actually, it probably shouldn't be your VV email, the email that you use for VV. And just make sure that it's guarded. Make sure that you have 2FA on it. Make sure that it's not one of those emails where you're getting like random spam things. I created a brand new email from scratch just for this, and I don't give this email address out to anyone. So the only thing that's coming into this email is things related to Stackr. So that's the first layer of protection that I would say to make sure that you do. Create a brand new email that you're only going to use for this, and make sure that you have all the proper protections in place, because that is the key. If someone gets into your email, they get the keys to it all. So you want to make sure that's protected. All right. So now let me pull this up, and feel free to look at the screen at the top. I'm going to go into the Stackr website right here. Here we go. Welcome to Stackr World. This is the main home screen of Stackr, and as you can see, it has some of the latest drops at the top. It has some of the latest listings, and if you want to go through that, we can see view all. And here we go, voila, some of the listings right here in Omi, and it populates in real time as they're listed, with the Omi amount and the dollar amount right underneath, so you can see how much it is, and what you're buying. But before going into that, I did want to give you guys, let you guys see a little bit of the things that you can do, or the tools that you can use even before signing in or setting up an account, because I know a lot of people are still kind of a little worried about, as far as signing in through the VV API. And actually, it's good that Foster's here, because I do want him to go into as far as the security measures when they do sign in through the VV API, and kind of like alleviate some of those concerns as far as, are they giving Stackr their VV information. But right now, here's analytics, and this is something that you can see just by going to the Stackr World website. That's stackr.world, and this is available to all without signing in, without giving any type of information. You can see in real time the transactions that's going on the VV market. You can see, and it actually listed as far as what's being sold in the market, as you see right here. One of the latest things to sell is a Thor, the Marvel Disney What If Donald Duck Became Thor. That was a market purchase from one person to another. But it also goes into detail as far as with things that are bought off of even the VV Comics website. So right here, Spidey and His Amazing Friends. This was actually purchased off the website directly from the store. And it does show store-bought purchases. Here you go, drop. This moisture vaporator was something that was purchased off the drop. It does show you the floor price of what these items are, and the users that are purchasing them. And you can go further back as far as you want. This is only showing the last 20 rows, but if you want to increase that to 50, you can do that. So you can get a good understanding as far as what's happening on the market, what's being sold, where it's being sold. If you are curious as far as how the new VV Comics app is doing, are they making any sales, or you can see right here as far as, here you go, another X-Men #1 that was bought off of the VV Comics app just 25 minutes ago. So it's a cool little tool to kind of like, for those that are into the market and seeing what's going on in the market. Now, what it also shows right here, if you look at market activity, now this is a 6-month window. This goes to show as far as well, let me break down the colors for you. So the red
Mhm.
is users selling, the green is users buying, and this line right here, that's following the purple line, is the number of transactions. So for instance, this day that I'm pointing out, which is May 22nd, 2024, there was a total of 20,580 transactions made on that day, with 2,631 unique buyers and 1,212 unique sellers. So this is also good too, to see as far as how the market is moving, what people are doing on the market. Is there activity on the market? And a lot of times you'll see these things, especially with drops or things that happen that are of interest to people on certain days. So brief overview. Once again, all of this information is available without having to sign in. Now, I've seen a few people ask, hold on, let's go to the Discover tab because it's another useful item that we can have. So I've seen people wonder, well, how can I, if I'm looking for a certain mint of something, right? Because you have certain people that are, mint hunters and looking for, where can I find, this mint? Well, you can do that on this too. So if you go to here, filter for a collectible or comic, and let's say we want to find the Todd. Okay, Todd Batman, right? Let's pull that up. Here we go, Todd Batman, and also too, when you pull up a collectible, it does show the metadata on it, so it shows the floor price, what the I guess the market cap would be based off of the floor price and how many are in circulation, the circulation, if there were any burned, also the top holders and the amount of what they're holding. So for this, let's say you want to price ascending, price descending, addition ascending. Here we go. All right, these are the ones that you're buying. I don't want the ones that are on the market. What I want is, hold on. I'm gonna go to the top up here. Here we go. Analytics. All right, so if you click over to analytics, you can see the transactions over here. So these are all the different Todd transactions over to the left-hand side. Let me get my mouse so you guys can see it, if my mouse is even visible on a live stream. But on the left-hand side, you can see the transactions of the Todds that are selling, how often. So the last Todd sold 11 hours ago, and that was also through Stackr. So anytime that something is sold through Stackr, you'll see two transactions. One it says market stacker, one for the NFT transfer, for the OMI, and then for the NFT switching over. So that was done just 11 hours ago, and another one also through Stacker for OMI. And you see that here. So you can keep track of how often this thing is selling if you are looking for liquidity, or as far as how liquid an item is. But if you want to, going back to the original thing, if you want to track down, let's say you want the, I don't know, Millie, throw out a number. Throw out a number for Todd that you want to look up. Edition number.
888.
888. Here we go. 888. Where is that located? All right, here we go. So this is the entire transaction history of 888. So you can see 3 years ago it was purchased from the VV store to this account. And also it was auctioned off that same year from the account that purchased it to the store to this new account. And it's been there ever since. So this Todd has only had two holders. And it's been in the same account from 3 years ago, hasn't sold, has stayed there.
Ooh, do one more. Do 100. Because I know who
100.
has that. He who should still have that.
All right, 100 purchased straight from the store to this wallet address. Now, once again, your wallet address only become your username, your VV username only becomes known if you end up signing up for Stackr. So if you do not sign for Stackr, it just shows the wallet address. But you can look into it and see it. So this is the wallet address that does have that level, that 100. Who it is, I don't know, right?
Emoji, I just want to interject there
Mhm.
one quick sec too on that, just so that people are aware when it comes to visibility. So, like, you can sign up for a Stacker account and still not have your information selected. I won't get you to pull it up because it'll show all of your personal information.
Okay.
But for people's reference,
Oh, I
if
didn't
they
know
do
that.
if they do click their the little icon that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have actually a picture in the top right corner, but like I said, don't click it because it'll show your info.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And then you click on settings. In those settings, there's a section that says VV username visibility, and you can actually toggle turn off your username being visible on leaderboards, being visible on transactions, and then being visible for community. Which there's going to be token gated communities and stuff that Stacker are building to allow people, like, let's say you're a part of the partners club or whatever like that. Like, you'll get access if you own a partner statue,
Mm-hmm.
but if you have community turned off, then you won't have access to those because it needs to show your username so you know who you're interacting with in that community. just to prevent people pretending to be someone that they're not, or whatever the case may be, just for protection for everyone. But
Hmm.
there is a way you can actually still sign up for Stackr and then not have your information public. It does default to your information being publicly visible, so just be mindful of that, but
Hmm.
you can turn it off.
Awesome, awesome. Well, there you go. There you have it. Right.
Amazing to know.
And here you can also still see a chart as well, same as before, with the floor price of the item. So once again, all of these things that I'm showing you right now are all things that you can do or information that you have access to without signing up for anything. It's literally just typing in stacker.world and you can check all the analytics, you can discover all the information, all these collectibles without having to sign up for anything. Now, when you do sign up, and I'm not going to go into it at this moment because that's going to bring up my account, but I can tell you some of the things that you do get when you do sign up. And Foster, if you want to chime in as well too. But it allows you to track all the stuff that you have, right? So, currently right now, we have Volt values in our VV app, but we may not necessarily know, well, where is this coming from? What's decreasing in price? What's raising in price? So when you are signed up and you go to your dashboard, you have a breakdown that you can select by prices, you can select by quantity, so you can really get a good understanding as far as where your collection is and what is doing what in your collection, so you can have a bird's eye view of any type of choices that you want to make with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that, I mean, obviously Stackr has a whole host of priorities currently that they're working on. Obviously, platform stability and accessibility is kind of the main one. They want to make sure everyone can use the marketplace and take advantage of the features that are present. But I do know that they're planning to really upgrade a whole host of data analytics. So obviously they have integrated API access with Vivi, especially with the login that you mentioned earlier. Um, so they can really build out a lot of really fun features. Obviously Stackr, even prior to having a marketplace, had leaderboards and stuff that you could look at and kind of see where you ranked with your count and stuff. So yeah, I mean it adds a whole layer of um, utility and gamification in the sense that, like, I saw someone post earlier today on socials like, "Hey, it'd be really cool if we had like a VV burn leaderboard, or sorry, an Omi burn leaderboard." So, it'd be cool if Stackr had an Omi burn leaderboard where people could see, "Hey, I've transacted X amount and burned X amount of Omi," and then maybe they earn rewards or exclusive perks or benefits or something like that. And what's really great is that Stackr and us internally are able to take that feedback and kind of go, hey, what can we provide for these people? Is this a feature that we can offer, and what would it look like? So
Hmm.
obviously keep that feedback coming to everyone that's listening now, or if you're listening back to it after the fact. We do have the dedicated channels in the Akomi Discord for Omi to NFT. You can also, there's a channel where you can share your listings with people if you're looking to advertise your listings that you have. I think they're also working on some features that'll make it a lot easier for you to share your listings on socials as a whole directly from the Stackr marketplace itself. So you just be able to click a button and share it on, Twitter or Facebook or wherever you want to share it. So, there's a lot of fun features. Obviously, these are the things that you can't have everything all at once as much as we'd like to have everything all at once. We have to prioritize quality of life things and making sure that the platform actually functions the way it's intended before we add the nice to haves in. But Stackr's got a whole team. We have a team internally as well. Vivi has a team. We all work really closely together. So as these ideas flow in, we can really look to integrate a lot of these things and make it kind of even more user friendly and enjoyable, and make people really want to spend some time checking out the marketplace and taking advantage of it.
Awesome, awesome. And there was one more thing that I wanted to show you guys before getting into the big thing that everyone's waiting to see, right? Um, so and that is, how do you buy Omi? So before going into that though, I just wanted to show you guys another part of the analytics so you can see even movement of the collectibles too. And this is the collectibles on the entire market. So you can see, by the day, by, the week, by the month, by quarterly, and by half a year, how a collectible has moved or gone percentage wise in here. So if you want to track the collectibles and see how they've been doing over time, and this is arranged by once again the market cap, but you can change that too. You can change it by floor price, from ascending to descending. If you're looking for cheap stuff, then you can do it that way. If you're looking to try and get MCP, right? Let's say you're looking for, I want secret rares. What's the cheapest secret rare that I can find as far as price wise? And you can go through. Here we go. Hold on real quick. Let's go to, let's say, comics. Actually, let me do rares. All right, cheapest rares, right? Here we go. So you can see the prices right here for the comics. Cheapest rare is $2.15. New Avengers #7. So anyone that's trying to kind of like hunt for MCP and things like that, you can look for cost-effective ways to do that on here by selecting what it is that you want, and see if you have it or not. Also, it does have an option to view sets. I'm not going to click in that because that's going to tell more information about my, yeah. But if you do click sets, it shows you what sets that you already own, and also how much would it cost to complete the set if you're missing a piece or two. So you can also use the same type of uh, which we call it, just making it more easier to find as far as like the floor prices, and making it like ascending and things like that.
Emoji, I was
Mhm.
wondering, like one of the features that I think is really cool. I mean, there's a ton of cool features on Stackr, but I was wondering, like, if you go into the search bar at the top and you just type in like VV Gold logo as an example,
Mhm.
uh, it won't pull up any personal information if you just go to search. But if you just
Mhm.
look at the collectible itself, um, one of the really cool things that Stackr has integrated is the um, well, there's a couple things, but is the ability to view. So if you click on the VV Gold Silver logo, the first one, the 2.4 million market cap one,
Mhm.
um, looking at it, and sorry, the stream's a little delayed for me, but you can see here right at the very top. Uh, Sorry, scroll back up to the top.
Yeah, I'm up now, but it may just take a
Oh
few
yeah, yeah, you're
seconds.
just okay. It's like 10 seconds delayed.
Uh,
So it's
yeah,
like
I
this
No
was up
worries,
awkward
no
thing.
here.
It's like,
worries.
hey, how's it going? We'll
Yeah,
just we'll
I,
just
I
we'll
was
just
up here 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So right there under the metadata, you can see the VV floor price there, and it's really cool because what it's going to allow, and once again, this is not financial advice. I'm not encouraging people to go out and try this because there's obviously certainly risks associated with it, but um, you're gonna see a lot of arbitrage happen between markets that I don't think people realize, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when you look at the VV floor price right there, it says $4,800, and then it shows in real time the price of Omi that equates to. But then if you look at the actual listing itself on Stackr as an example, you'll see that there's a listing for significantly less than that. I don't remember what the listing is. And once again, I'm not saying go out and buy it. To be clear, that's not the purpose of this. But it's just a general illustration as an example to show people that if they really start thinking about Omi as a utility token,
Hmm.
there's a lot of opportunities to take advantage between markets of collectibles that may be available in one place or another. And it just really adds some kind of fun avenues to Omi that I'm sure even I'll look to take advantage of at some point once people are more familiar with it, because I want to give people a fair chance to have that understanding before I go in, who's had a little bit longer obviously to get a sense of how the market works. Last thing I want to see is anyone whether they've listed something incorrectly. And actually, that's one of the really cool things about Stackr too, is if you go to list a collectible and it's a significant price below the VV floor, it'll actually give you a giant warning and it'll make you verify. It'll say like, hey, you're listing this 90% below the VV floor. Do you wish to proceed? And then you have to confirm again.
In
So
big
it kind
red
of get
letters too.
yeah, exactly. Bigger, and so it kind of gets away from like people who, think they're listing something for $1,000 on VV or $100 on VV, and they accidentally listed for $1 because of decimal points versus commas and everything. And so I think Stackr has kind of made it very user friendly when it comes to people understanding what those listings look like, and it's really going to reduce the errors that I think people kind of accidentally fall into, because it is
Hopefully
important
reduces
for
it.
people to be aware of, even though this is public testing, everything is live. We're in a live
Mhm.
environment, so everything is taking place on the blockchain. If you do buy or sell something, that omi is moving. You won't have the collectible anymore, or you won't have the omi anymore. So don't go and list a VV Gold logo for $1 because you think it's a test environment and you just want to test it out. Like, that is it's a real transaction that you're engaging in, and Stackr is not going to be reverting those transactions. Maybe VV would try and help you out, but it's if you're making those decisions, just make sure you're taking that extra moment to read what it is you're actually doing, because it is real trades. So
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Amazing.
All right. So, are you guys ready for the moment we've been waiting for? Buying Omi?
Yes, sir. Oh, and actually, sorry, before we go there, Foster,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything from the Medium article you want to cover that maybe we haven't at all?
it's a good question. One of the things I was going to say when emoji first started that I think is worth reiterating, you don't have to sign up for a Stackr account with your VV
Yes.
email, like emoji said, and also, like emoji said, I would recommend that you sign up with like a burner email that you don't use for anything else other than Stackr,
Hmm.
that no one else knows exists. They don't know your password. Use a different password than you normally would. But one of the really cool things as well, which I won't get emoji to pull up either, but in the settings section in the Stackr account, you actually have the ability to add passkeys. So you do have the ability to
Yeah.
kind of make your account more secure. Obviously 2FA on your email as well, using a Google Authenticator to further secure it as well. Just put as many roadblocks in place as you can for someone who would be trying to do malicious things. Obviously, emoji showed his balance today, and I don't think anyone's going to be hacking him for that amount. But in a couple years, maybe 67,000 owe me. They go, hey, that's a bag,
That's
right? So
that's $67,000.
hey, well, hey, no,
Yo, that's crazy, Foster.
um,
How you gonna play me on my balance, bro? That's
Nah, nah,
crazy, bro.
balance.
you know what?
Emoji,
You have
I saw that
65,000
balance.
on
I was
me,
like, yo.
and
Yo,
I have
I work
You're
hard
good,
for
bro.
that,
67,000 on
bro.
me.
I
So
work hard for it.
not the flex, but he's kind of a big deal. So no,
But
but I wanted to mention that as well. And the other cool thing with the wallet as well is there's actually an export feature, which is
mm,
mentioned in the Stackr Medium article. But you can actually export your Privy Stackr wallet to a MetaMask or to a Trust wallet. Or Uniswap wallet, or kind of anything else that runs on that same seed word technology. So you can actually export your wallet as well if for whatever reason, like you do have the keys to your crypto in that wallet, but if for whatever reason you're done with Stackr, you don't want to have the tokens in that wallet, or you want to have your wallet also accessible, like I said, through a MetaMask or anything else, you have the ability to do that as well. So Stackr's built in some really awesome quality of life features to make people feel like they're in control of and own the crypto that's on their platform, and to also make sure that it's secure. And a part of that as well, I will touch on very briefly, is the VV API. So I know that there's some questions or potential concerns around that, but it's the same thing when you log into the VV Comics platform. You use the VV API, and obviously, none of your personal information is provided to to Stackr. Like they don't suddenly get your address, date of birth, social security number, all that kind of stuff. Like it's nothing like that at all, right? It's just it syncs your VV account with the Stackr system, because that way you can view your collectibles and your vaults and your balances and stuff on Stackr, and then can engage in trades and transfers on the marketplace that way. So they get the kind of the bare minimum amount of information that is required to facilitate it, and it's not like somebody sitting in their basement reviewing all of your information or anything like that either. Like it's all protected through the API. Obviously data privacy laws exist, and all of that is a part of the agreements that were put into place to allow this information to be provided. So your information is protected the same through Stackr as it would be if you were using VV itself. And if anyone has concerns, I would recommend reading the data privacy agreements and stuff that exist on both the platforms, familiarizing yourself with them, and then obviously at the end of the day, you reserve the right to not use the platform should you feel as though anything on it is not up to your comfort level. But I've been using it ever since the private beta. I've logged in through my VV account and linked it, and I know firsthand that there's no concerns with how that data is being protected. I don't have access to the data, so it's just the way that the system works. And I think making sure that you have all those security practices in place, like Emoji said, is just the best way to protect yourself, but also be able to take advantage of this really awesome utility that now exists for the token.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And
Perfect.
yeah, I'm glad that you touched on that because I know that was a huge cause of concern and rightly so,
Yeah.
right? And I think hearing it from the team, that's behind obviously like building this out anyway on their end, is a kind of sense of security that that they're not kind of like just handing over their VV password to Stackr. So I
Yeah,
appreciate
no,
you.
absolutely. And I mean, at the end of the day, like Vivi ultimately reserves the right to reject a transaction should they wish to through the API. And so really all Stacker is doing is sending a call to the Vivi servers where your information is stored to determine it. So Stacker doesn't even have access to that information. They just literally get a call received that says either yes, this transaction can go through, everyone's verified, you know, everything's up to snuff, and then they run their own checks through your wallet on Stacker to be like, hey, this person has the balance. It can get locked up in a smart contract, and of course, all these things are happening in a fraction of a second. But it goes through all of these processes. But the actual process where your information would be transacted is truly just a yes or no. And if it's a no, Stacker doesn't even find out why it's a no. The transaction doesn't go through. So really, like if you have a VV account and you've KYC'd on VV, your information is as secure as it gets on VV, and Stacker doesn't get any access outside of just like I said, the bare minimum. Like we need this information in order to complete the transaction. Give us a yes or a no, and if the answer is yes, then Stacker moves ahead with it, and if the answer is no, Stacker doesn't know why they're not moving ahead with it, but they follow the expectation and they don't move ahead with it. So
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And I want to give a big shout out to the chat real quick. We got Acro in the chat. She says she's only here for Gregory. Beerman says, dang, it's kind of like faded in, but it says, still a little confusing. Okay, Beerman, if you have any questions, post it in the chat because we can kind of like go over that too. If you do have a specific question, anyone that's watching, post any questions in the chat because this is kind of like the reason why this live tutorial is kind of unique is because you can ask questions on the spot and whatever we can show you or whatever I can show you while we're here. But he does say
Exactly.
definitely a move in the right direction. I agree. I agree. I think that this makes things a lot more seamless. And especially as we get into the side of purchasing Omi, which I'm going to show next, you'll see actually how easy that is. So,
And sorry, Mo,
uh
just
huh.
one more thing. By the way, guys, the reason why it's important to come see a space like this, or go in the Discord and bug Foster. He's on the timeline. He's in the Discord, and get the information from the people who have the information. A lot of times, I'll see people that I know in comments of a guy's tweet, and the guy's name's, and I'm sorry to say this, people listening back, probably team members. The guy's name's like Jizzmaster236, and he's like, "Hey man, if you put your email on
Yo,
Stacker,
Jizzmaster is wild, bro. Just
yo, no, hold on, yo,
all
the
right, all right.
Dr. Profit is down bad. If you put your email there, he's gonna take your whole collection." And I see people that I know in those comments like, "Whoa, I didn't know they'll get your," and I'm thinking, yo, guys, who don't listen to this random person, please. So, anyways, I just want to say that. Now let's get to it, emoji.
Definitely, definitely. All right. So I'm gonna walk you guys through what I did on the first step because I'm not doing that on camera. But basically, all I did so far is I purchased USDC through Coinbase, Coinbase the exchange, not Coinbase Wallet, Coinbase the exchange, and I'm gonna go through as far as why I specifically purchased it through the exchange as opposed to the wallet. But very popular cryptocurrency exchange. I'm sure most people in here are familiar with Coinbase, probably have a Coinbase account themselves. If you purchase a cryptocurrency through Coinbase, Ethereum, USDC. In this case, let's say USDC because it's going to be the easiest one to kind of like do this with. You can send that out on the base layer, right? So all I did so far right now is I purchased USDC on Coinbase Exchange and I sent it out to my Stackr wallet address, right? I'm gonna pull that up in just a sec to show you guys. But when you send out an Ethereum token, it'll ask you what layer do you want to send it on. Do you want to send it on the Ethereum layer? Do you want to send it on a base layer? So you just select base, send it to your wallet address, your Stackr wallet address, which is up here at the top. And as you can see right here, the USDC that I purchased just a few minutes ago while Foster was talking is here. I purchased $10 worth, and with the fees and everything like that, it brought it over to $9.76. So that's the first step. Now, how do you take this USDC and turn it into OMI? Well, if you look right here, there's a button. It highlights when you hover over it. You click that. It's loading up. Faction code, faction quote. Hold on. Having some issues. Let me try this again. All right. So normally that button works, but in cases that it doesn't, you can click the USDC, click the swap button, this one right here. OMI's going to be by default selected, but obviously you can change it if you like. I'm going to do max, so I'm going to select max, the maximum amount, because I want to convert all of it. Failed to fetch quote. Please re-enter the value again. All right, we're having troubleshooting issues. Foster, theoretically, this is supposed to work.
Yeah, I honestly, like, because your thing is so delayed, I don't know why you're having issues with it, to be honest with you. But I will say, in theory, what you've explained thus far is super helpful. So you work to troubleshoot that. I just will say to people in general, the Stackr wallet is super easy most of the time to do this. I've never seen anyone really have issues with it. I'm gonna take a look on mine right now. Swap.
Yeah.
Let's say I want to do like 5,000 OMI.
Also, it is. I mean,
no,
recently.
for me it works immediately. Like the
Okay.
confirm swap just came up for
Let
me
me. You know what?
immediately
Let
in like
me hold on.
less
Let
than
me
a
just.
second.
Let me just refresh. Hold on.
Yeah, I
Let
was
me
gonna
do
say
it.
maybe refresh, and while you do that, I will explain to people just like at the top where they see base and Ethereum, just so that you guys are aware. So
All right, hold on,
there's.
Foster. Let me just do it real quick because I
All
want to
right,
do
do
it
it, do it.
before
All
I have any issues. Okay, so I just refreshed the screen and it's fine. I just had to refresh the screen. So as you can see right here, I have the $9.76. That buys me 24,665 OMI. You confirm swap, submitting swap transaction, swap successful. Let me close, and as you can see right here, in just a few seconds, you're going to see, there we go. USDC has been converted to OMI. So now it's been added to the balance. And now what you can do is you can go to your listings, now that you have OMI here in the app, and you can buy something. Let's buy this Ron English comic. Right here, 287, 286, listed just 12 minutes ago. You're going to click the I acknowledge button. Buy now. Wait for confirmation. Close window. And boom. You have purchased your first NFT using OMI. And you can even see here under recent activity, you see the progress pending on Vivi. This is going to disappear, and you're going to actually see your owned number increase in a few minutes once that transaction takes place and is done on the other side. But Foster, you were saying something. Did you want to say that while we?
Well, firstly, congratulations on your purchase, sir. You
Thank
made
you.
that look incredibly simple, and make sure that you fill out the business receipt for that purchase and submit it to David Yu as per the secret agreement that, of
Oh,
course, exists in this
I'm
instance.
submitting an invoice to David Yu,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yes,
invoice.
yeah,
That's it. That's it. That's it. No, but actually, like, great work on that. I think you articulated it very well. You showed people just how simple it is, right? Like,
hmm
it's really just a couple of steps, and the important things to keep in mind too. With the Stackr wallet, they'll look to build out more cryptos that are accepted. But right now, it's just only USDC and Ethereum, and you can send them on either the Base or Ethereum network. But the really cool thing about Base being a layer two of Ethereum is you actually have the same address um, for sending the token, regardless of whether it's to Base or to Ethereum, and whether it's only USD or Ethereum, it's also the same address. So you can actually receive any of those tokens using the same address that you've used to buy. And like you said, Coinbase, it becomes a very simple process. Now, I will say the very first time that you sign up for Coinbase, it can be a little tedious because you have to complete KYC. You have to link a bank account or do whatever the case may be. But even right now, before we explore other kind of fiat onboarding options and stuff that will be coming directly to the Stackr platform, if you already have a Coinbase account, it's really as simple as, like you said, buying USDC. You can technically buy it on Ethereum and send it on Ethereum. I wouldn't recommend it because Stackr sponsors the gas fees on Base, but they do not sponsor the gas fees on Ethereum. So if you
hmm
send yourself um, OMI or USDC or Ethereum on Ethereum, in order to bridge it over to Base, which you can do directly in the Stackr wallet, you'll also need Ethereum to pay the gas fees. But
yeah,
Stackr has been very nice to pay all the gas fees. So the swap that you just did on Base, as an example,
hmm
would normally cost 1 to 5 cents depending. Stackr sponsored that fee for you,
hmm
so you
and I
didn't pay for anything.
and I just want to
So
show them what that looks like. What you were
yeah,
saying with Ethereum. So if, like, let's say I oops, I forgot to select the base network and I just sent it over through Ethereum to the Stacker wallet. It's still going to go to the Stacker wallet, but it's going to go to this tab, right?
absolutely. Yep.
And what you're going to have to do if you want to use it in Stacker is you're going to have to use this little bridging tool right here,
Correct.
and then it'll bridge it over to base, and then once again you'll do the same thing, convert it to Omi. But you do
Yeah.
have to be aware that if you do that, it's going to come with fees. So you want to make sure that your Ethereum
Absolutely.
wallet
Well,
has.
and that's why you see, like, under your
hmm
Ethereum tab right now, the swap function is grayed out,
hmm
because we actually don't want to encourage people to swap on Ethereum. We want to
hmm
encourage them to swap on Base, because
Yep.
that's where the OMI Ethereum liquidity pool has been provided, that has about $400,000 in liquidity in it currently. We will be looking to add even more liquidity to that, but we don't want you swapping on Ethereum because you're incurring gas fees, and we want you to be able to save money and do it cheaply. The bridge button, you actually don't see it in the front end, but in the back end, that's actually directly integrated to the Relay bridge, the Relay.link bridge, which is a
hmm
partnership that we formed last month with Ecomi that we put a Medium article about. And so Stackr has directly integrated the Relay bridge into their wallet. So you're actually using the Relay bridge, which has the added benefit of, if for whatever reason you want to bridge your OMI from Base onto Ethereum, normally you would have to wait 7 days. There's a challenge period with Base, and that's with all tokens. It's not an OMI specific thing.
hmm
But you would normally have to wait 7 days in order to complete that bridge. But with the Relay bridge, which we have funded with liquidity on both sides, it means that you can actually take your OMI off of Base and put it onto Ethereum, and vice versa, with reduced fees, and it happens in seconds rather than the 7 days that you'd have to wait. So
Cool.
those are just really cool, kind of like accessibility, feature, quality of life things that most people don't fully understand, which is why I put out a tweet earlier today talking about, the future being gasless and stuff. Is like, we want people to be able to come on Stackr to utilize OMI and not go, oh geez, now I have to figure out how to buy Ethereum.
hmm
Right? Like, we want people to be able to come on to Stackr and go, okay, oh, how do I sign up? Oh, okay, enter an email address. Okay, enter a 2FA. Okay, I have an account now. Oh wow, it already gave me a wallet address that's associated with that email. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, well, how do I get this OMI thing? Oh, receive. Oh, okay, I can just send myself USDC. I have some of that on Coinbase already. Perfect, right?
hmm
Or, and this is the iteration that we're going to get to at some point, hopefully in the near future, is, oh hey, oh, I don't have any crypto right now. Oh, how do you buy crypto? Do I have to sign up for an exchange? Oh, I don't want to sign up for an exchange and do KYC and do all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's such a pain. I'm not going to use Stackr. Oh, wait a second. What's this button? Buy Omi with fiat. Oh, interesting. Okay, how do I do that? Oh, I click this button. Oh, enter my credit card information. Oh, okay, cool. Enter my credit card. Oh, okay, it's going to cost me this much to buy this amount. Oh, okay. Omi must be some in-app currency like V-Bucks in Fortnite or Call of Duty
Mm-hmm.
points or whatever. Oh, okay, I'll buy them. Cool. Oh yeah, this collectible that I wanted to buy is 284. Oh, I'll buy $3, right? Or even more so than that, what'll end up happening is you'll see a listing available, and you'll need to buy $2.84 worth, and you'll click, you know, buy, and then you'll be redirected to your wallet, and it'll say you don't have enough balance. Buy Omi with fiat or receive Omi with your wallet, and you'll be able to just buy Omi or send it in from another exchange that you have. The listing will be locked for a few minutes so that you can complete that transaction so that you don't lose out on it. And you'll be able to buy the exact amount of Omi that you need in order to complete that transaction. It'll be a rounding error, so you'll end up with a couple cents every single time, just because for liquidity reasons, market makers and things will need to make sure that you have more than enough to complete the transaction. Otherwise, the transaction will fail, and then there'll be a gas cost and all of that. But all of this is happening in the back end, where you're none the wiser. Stackr's covering all of the fees, and it just becomes a very seamless process. So
Yeah.
one of the things I think people don't realize as much as well, and not something that you're going to be able to necessarily advertise here, but if you were um, doxed already, I would say go on your VV web wallet and you can actually show people, listings that are available in the marketplace right now show up on VV directly with Omi. And I think that this was one of the things that people were concerned about when we were initially going through this process. So like, oh, well, Stackr's a third party. Am I even going to know that Stackr exists? Why would I want to use Stackr? This doesn't make sense to me. But when you
Well,
really
even
start to
right now,
look
you
at
can see the OMI listings in the market.
exactly,
If
yeah,
you're on the web app, if you're on the web
if you're
app,
on the
you can
web
see
app,
the
you can see
OMI.
all the
Mm-hmm.
listings right now, and that's going to continue to get improved. It's going to be refined. Vivi's working on some things in their back end. You're going to be able to search by Omi only listings on the Vivi app, right? You're going to be
Mm-hmm.
able to just search, by price type, and it'll show up, intermingled with Omi listings and whatever. And then you just click that button and click View on Stackr, and it's the same process. If you already have a Stackr account, it'll literally be 2 extra clicks, and
Yeah.
you'll be buying that same collectible, but potentially for much cheaper or for a currency that you already have liquidity in, instead of
Mm-hmm.
having to add gems or
And in
add
yeah,
fiat through that.
and
So
instant access to it, right? Because
absolutely.
OMI you can you can extract it easily, instantly with no fees. I want to jump to the chat real quick because we do have some comments in the chat. Shout out Nasclin in the chat. He said, "How do you change USD to OMI? Use Alchemy." That's a little inside joke because I got him watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is an amazing anime, by the way. But Beer Man, he asked if I'm signed up for Stackr and I'm in the ecosystem, do I have my own wallet or do they provide one? I know the answer to that, but Foster, do you want to answer that?
Yeah, for sure. So they provide a wallet, and currently that's the only kind of mechanism that exists. They are working on adding additional wallet support for other wallet providers, such as Coinbase and MetaMask. But right now, Privy is the chosen wallet provider. It allows them to do a ton of things that normal wallet providers don't allow. Privy has been an amazing partner for them, and I've seen some of their work firsthand, and it's really incredible to see some of the integrations that they can allow, including things like social features and different things. And I mean, what other wallet can you sign up for with an email, right? Like this email social verification aspect. You just don't get a lot of that stuff with other wallets. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Coinbase wallet, don't get me wrong, I love Coinbase. And I use their wallet, but the Privy wallet, like it just gives them so many functions and features that they can integrate. Whereas Coinbase wallet is kind of it's kind of like, I guess the best analogy that I can think of is like it's comparing the iPhone to an Android system, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
iPhone, everyone likes iPhone. I have an iPhone, but you can't customize it really. It's like iPhone is what iPhone is, and you like it because you're told to like it because it's an iPhone. Whereas if you're someone that likes to customize your all of your stuff, your headers, your backgrounds, all this kind of stuff, you like to run different programs and all that stuff. Like Android is where you go for that kind of that thing, and that is what Privy allows Stackr to do, is like adding in specific custom token support for different tokens, adding in payment gateways, adding in
Mm-hmm.
social functions, adding in social recovery features and things like that. So for now, it's just a Privy wallet, but so that everyone understands, Privy, for all intents and purposes, is a MetaMask, is a Coinbase wallet, is a Uniswap wallet, is a Phantom wallet, is
Hmm.
whatever wallet that you've ever heard of in crypto. That is what a Privy wallet is, just with the main benefit of it's easier to sign up for. You can store your seed phrase, but don't need to worry about doing it. You have passkey and social recovery, and you have the same security features as you would
Yeah.
otherwise.
So on the pass keys, right? And I just want to say real quick, if you're watching the screen, you can see now I have two owned of the comics, so you can see that it went through. But on the on the pass keys, because you can extract your or export your pass keys. I'm not going to show it, but there's an option where you go into settings. All you do is just click export your pass keys, and then from that you can put that into your Coinbase wallet or whatever wallet you choose. I have another question in the chat. It says, how do I get the pass keys? Which, like I said, you go to settings and you just press export. But who else has access to those keys?
Great question. Absolutely no one. So if you lose your keys, you've lost your crypto, right? So the whole mantra that we hear in crypto is not your keys, not your crypto, which is why we recommend to people don't store your tokens on centralized exchanges, don't store tokens anywhere that is not somewhere that you control the keys of. And one of the great things about the Privy wallet is similarly to a MetaMask or Coinbase wallet or whatever the case may be, is ultimately you are the only one that has control over the keys, the private key, the 12-word seed phrase that to your account. So if you share that with anyone, it's basically the same thing as giving someone the key to the city. They can go in, they can take all of your stuff, but so long as you don't share that seed phrase with anyone, Stackr, VV, Privy, none of them have any ability to go into your wallet and do anything with it that you have not given them permission to do. And what I say by that, because people get a little confused, is like technically there's certain features on the Privy wallet with Stackr when they integrate with VV that they've actually abstracted away from you. So it's called account abstraction, and so you're effectively giving them permission to complete the transaction on your behalf. But unless you sign that, and you're the only one that can sign it, there's nothing that they can do with your wallet, right? So we see this a lot too with wallets, and a lot of the things that happen with MetaMasks and other crypto wallets that end up getting drained is that you end up connecting your wallet to a phishing site or somewhere that you shouldn't be, and you end up um, losing everything that's in your wallet because you connected to a scam NFT mint or whatever the case may be. The nice thing about the Stackr Privy wallet is that it can only connect to whitelisted addresses, meaning that unless you export your wallet and then you put it into a MetaMask and then you go connect it to something and then you made a mistake and then someone takes your stuff, like there's no way that your Stackr Privy wallet could even inadvertently connect to a phishing or scam site, because it needs to have the permissions from Privy, needs to have the permissions from Stackr, and needs to have the permissions from you to connect. Well, it's a Stackr Privy wallet that you have the keys of, and of course, Stackr and Privy are only connected to VV, which we of course know the permissions of, and can confirm that's the real VV platform. Which is one of the really nice things about the wallet as well, is that it actually adds that additional security in place for users, because if you use it in the Stackr kind of interface, you can never ever connect it to a platform that would result in you getting phished or scammed away from your assets.
Mm, got it, got it. Appreciate that. And I want to say appreciate Beer Man. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you and the questions. I wanted to touch on one thing too that I don't think we covered here. Like you covered it before, but I want to also say it here. So when you for the OMI that's that you export, because like let's go back to here, right? So this OMI that, for instance, just looking at this wallet right here, right? This is the OMI that we can use for making purchases, right? I look at it almost like a spot wallet kind of, right? But then you can export your wallet through private keys and have a whole other kind of amount of OMI on the back end. Now, if you do that and you have your OMI, stored in that type of private exported private wallet through whether Coinbase wallet or MetaMask or wherever you choose to put that put those private keys, Um, I know that there's been talk about as far as with the rewards in Vivi, right? The MCP rewards. Would you still be getting rewards from Omi that's stored even through those um, secured in your own keyed wallets? I guess.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's probably a more appropriate one for Stackr because to be honest, the full scope hasn't been built out for kind of the long term. But short term, the only way that you're going to earn rewards is through your Stackr linked Privy wallet. But I know that they have the intentions of adding not just multiple wallet support in the context of being able to use wallets outside of Privy, but also being able to use multi-wallet syncing. So let's say you have the vast majority of your Omi and a ledger or a Trezor, but you don't want to transfer it to this wallet because you feel more secure in cold storage. They may have the ability for you to link up to 2 or 3 wallets for rewards, as an example, and it also acts as a form of social proof as well for verification that those are the wallets that are yours when you're earning those rewards. So I do think kind of it's not a super short term thing, but I think in the mid to long term, as they look to integrate more ways for people to be rewarded on the platform, I think that's certainly up for consideration for people because, like I said, the main thing for us is that we want people to feel like they can easily utilize the system, but that they also feel secure while using it as well. So we want
Mm-hmm.
people to feel as though they can use the wallet that they want to use in order to interact. The only caveat that I would say for people to keep in mind of is like because Stackr has fully integrated the Privy wallet. They're able to sponsor the gas fees for the layer 2 base transactions. So let's say you were to eventually use a MetaMask or a Coinbase wallet, there's no guarantee that Stackr would have that same level of integration when it comes to
The
um,
sponsorship for the
the
gas fees.
sponsoring of the
Yeah.
gas fees. So you would just have to be, I don't want to say I mean, to be honest, gas fees on base are a fraction of a penny,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, like you will need, potentially an ever so small amount of Ethereum on that wallet as well in order to use, a MetaMask or a Uniswap wallet or a Coinbase wallet versus the Privy wallet, with Stackr sponsoring those gas fees on base, you'll be able to use the entire ecosystem for free effectively, right? So and that comes all the way to you sending the tokens off of base to another base wallet. So whether you want to send them over to your Coinbase wallet directly and store them there, or you want to send them to a ledger or other cold storage wallet, you'll kind of have that full host of options, all fully sponsored by Stackr. There's just no guarantees, at least right now, that those other wallets would be sponsored.
Okay, got it. So as of right now, because I know the shift is more so kind of like moving from the IMX VV wallet over to Stacker, and I'm talking about with the MCP. It's looking at it like it'll be more so this wallet, like what's held here in.
Yeah, just
Okay.
because of the integrations, and I know Privy for people that have maybe been using crypto for a while is a wallet that hadn't fully been on their radar. Like everyone that's in crypto has generally heard of what a MetaMask is, right? Like it's the common thing, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Privy has really come onto the scene in the last couple years or so, and they've been having some really cool integrations. They're integrated with OpenSea now, and they're doing a lot of really cool things in the space. I've seen the CTO speak a few times there and seen some of their team and the work that they're doing, and they're really they're working extremely fast to build out a whole host of integrations and solutions, and they've actually dedicated resources specifically to Stackr to build out a whole host of features that they're working on their end as well. So they certainly see the potential with that integration as well. So I never want to say never. Like I don't know what the future holds in that regard, but I would say at least in the interim, the idea is to have a nice balance between people that have been in the crypto space for years who understand blockchain technology, understand self custody, understand all of that, and your grandma that has never heard of a crypto before. We want all of those people to feel as though they can interact on the Stacker marketplace, and a part of that comes from the easy fiat onboarding, the sign up, the social verification for sign up, and being able to, and everyone's signed up for something with an email before, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
everyone's used a credit card to make an online purchase before. So it's like breaking down those Web3 ideologies of like everything needs to be like super like complicated and like decentralized. And so you still have the benefit of decentralization by having that self custody of your assets, your crypto in the wallet, being able to export it if you feel comfortable doing that and you have the knowledge to do so, add in the pass keys and the 2FAs for your security, but with the added benefit of like, hey, if I download a MetaMask and I need to use MoonPay to do this and I don't know how to do that, and then I got to send it for an exchange, I don't know how to do that. It's like we want to kind of abstract a lot of that away so that people feel as though, hey, kind of what I equate it for people is like, hey, you remember when you signed up for Vivi in 2021 or 2022 and you entered in your email address and you went onto your account and you used your credit card to buy gems, and in 30 seconds you were up and running and buying a collectible? Kind of the last 2/3 of your demonstration that you did earlier, where you had the OMI in your wallet, you went on to Stackr, found a collectible you wanted, click buy, and it ended up in your wallet in 20 and 30 seconds. That's what we want that process to be, but from complete beginning to end. And right
Mm-hmm.
now, what's missing is that beginning portion, which is the onboarding into OMI, which is why I say accessibility comes in many forms. Centralized exchanges still a priority for us. Decentralized exchanges adding liquidity still a priority for us, and then fiat onboarding is also going to be a priority for us as we work through the rest of this year and beyond. So I think Stackr is going to be a great opportunity for people. Obviously, in public testing right now, we don't have the whole host of brands and IPs that are going to be available once it's fully live. But I think that this has really given people an idea of what they can come to expect, and then they'll have a lot to look forward to as Stackr, Vivi, and Akomi work together to continue to integrate benefits, features, and different things that they can do on the platform moving forward.
Okay. I also got another question in the chat for you. They say, at some point, will we have to move our OMI off the VV app completely due to regulation?
Um, yeah, I mean it's kind of a loaded question. Like that's not the only reason that someone would need to do that. I mean that's
Mm-hmm.
certainly a consideration, but what I will say is moving towards this kind of self custody model for user security. Um, we will be moving to a self custody model of rewards, as we've kind of mentioned previously. So, what that will inevitably look like is season four, which started October 1st. Which, to be honest, we haven't actually talked about that much because Omida NFT launched October 1st. Season four is going to kind of be the season of Omida NFT. Things, like bronze tickets and other utilities are certainly still in the works, but Omida NFT was a big one that we wanted to really get shipped and get the community kind of enjoying the actual utility that the Omi token was designed to do. But what having OMI on the Vivi app, will end up looking like is that people will be presented with a button in their Vivi web wallet that'll basically say, transfer or move or send your OMI to your Stackr Privy wallet. You'll need to make sure that you have a Stackr account, which is linked with your Privy wallet. That you'll need to sync with the API so that we've verified that you're sending it to the right address. And then people will basically just click one button. The gas fees will be abstracted away, and you will send your OMI and directly receive it in your base Privy wallet. Right now, if you were to do that, you would risk losing your OMI. You cannot, and I want to make that very clear, you cannot send your OMI from IMX layer 2 directly to base layer 2. If for whatever reason you really want to get your OMI off of the VV app right now, Komi put out a tweet about it the other day, but you're going to need to use the IMX bridge your OMI back down to ERC layer 1, and then you can use the relay bridge to bridge your OMI back up to base layer 2. So that is the process as it exists right now. I'll be honest with you, I'm leaving all of my OMI on VV until we have that functionality in place, because you need to pay gas fees twice and the roll up takes 10 hours, and it's a very cumbersome process, which we also recognized as being a barrier to entry for people taking advantage of utility. But we're going to make this process very seamless, and what it's inevitably going to look like is we're going to give you a window where you're going to earn rewards for both. So you'll earn rewards whether you have OMI on your VV web wallet or you have it in your Privy wallet, but we're also going to look to incentivize people and give them additional rewards for sending their OMI off of their VV wallet into the self-custody Privy wallet. But then, we'll hit a specific date and time, which will be announced ahead of time, where if you have not moved your OMI off of your VV web wallet, you'll just stop earning rewards for them entirely. So you won't get additional MCP points, you won't get, your bronze tickets, you won't be eligible for any airdrops, etc. So it's just something to keep in mind for people. We do not have the ability to move people's OMI for them. We don't have the keys. So similarly to like on Stackr for the view, like we don't have the keys for it, right? Like you control your wallet, so that will need to be user initiated. But once again, it's literally going to be, I mean, I guess technically 2 clicks because you're going to need to confirm it, but it's going to be a very seamless process. It's Stackr and Ecomi are funding. The bridge in the back end. So, that's why we're going to be able to bridge them because you're not actually bridging them. We're just crediting the exact amount token for token that you're sending off of IMX and giving it to you on base. And then Komi and Stackr are going to worry about the 10-hour bridge off of IMX and dealing with all of that. So we just want to make it as simple as possible for users to take advantage of any of these utilities or have to um, participate in anything that we end up having to have them do when it comes to that. So
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right,
also,
that.
sorry guys,
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to say too, I just got a message from Doc there. I am supposed to hop over to
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
I just realized the time. I was supposed to be on this thing at 9 o'clock, but we were having such a good conversation, I didn't notice. So if maybe there's one more question or anything, I don't mind. But
I'm out. The chat is out. Yo, the chat came in full support today. Like, well, what should I call? Should I call them like the emoticons? Like, all right, I don't have anything. Omilli, do we have anything left?
You acting like you haven't been thinking about that name. Oh, like that just popped into your head
Yo,
right now, right?
I'm happy I got more people in the chat. I mean, shout out Acro, but it feels good to have more.
Let's go, let's go. No, I think we covered. I think we covered a lot. I think now it's just about like keeping this message kind of being repeated all the time because I'm sure Foster sees it too on the timeline. Like you get these random comments from people, and then unfortunately stuck in there are regular people who are like, "Oh, now I don't know. I'm kind of stuck here." Blah blah blah. So I think more of this is needed, and I'm very grateful to Foster to just showing up kind of last minute. I messaged him last night, and he was like, down. Let's figure it out and do it. So, we'll have more. We'll definitely have more because there's a lot more to come. I even heard Foster say airdrops for for Omihold. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I did have a lot of people, kind of wanting this space. I see Gary in the crowd, so I'm hoping we covered everything. I asked for questions. I didn't get that many, so if people have more questions, we will do this again, in a couple of weeks. And Foster, will you have something new to tell us in a couple of weeks?
I mean, every day's a new day, right? So
Okay,
we play
it's
these
good.
things by ear. I think that we've kind of entered a cadence of more regular delivery, but I certainly don't want to promise any specific timelines. I don't want to get us into a position where we start over promising and under delivering again. But what I will say is, I've really been reinvigorated by the belief that OMI really is a priority for us as a company
Let's go.
and for the community as a whole. So um, yeah, we're in a good position now. We're going to continue to ship the features as they arrive, and it's only going to become easier and more enjoyable to utilize and participate with the OMI token in the ecosystem. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Perfect, my man. That's
Let's
it for
go.
me. Go enjoy the next stream. I'll meet you there in a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna do a giveaway here from the VV side of things, and then we're done.
Perfect. Love it.
Thanks,
Awesome.
brother.
And that's
Thanks,
Doctor
guys.
of Stuff stream, right? From
Yes,
Yeah.
awesome,
Omi
awesome.
is my
Omi
homie
is my
live right
homie.
now. That's
Let's
where I'm
get it.
going. I don't know if you want to close the stream emoji because I'm gonna play a song. So
Yeah, I'll close it. All right. Once again, appreciate everyone that tuned in. If you did miss the beginning, just dial back. It's gonna be on X and also on my YouTube channel. You can find the link in my bio. Appreciate everyone that tuned in, and I hope everyone's questions was answered. So
this was
take
really
care,
good, man.
everyone.